Recently, I was in a practice room getting ready for a league race with some friends, and something that occurs on iRacing every so often happened, and it was based on the time of day, and it made it so life was unbearable or dangerous, and that is the solar flare, the way the sun can just completely blind you from the track, making it impossible to see the corners, making it impossible to see your competitors, making it very easy to accidentally drive off track and have the ultimate mistake. How am I supposed to drive like this? I'm Shaun Cole. This is the Simpit, and many of you have experienced what I described there. Heck, it's happened to me in real life, but in real life, at least I could put on sunglasses, use a tinted visor, or even put a hand up to shield myself from the sun, but none of those things do you any good in iRacing. In that last practice session, I noticed that about half the people were experiencing or complaining about the sun like I was experiencing, and the other half didn't know what we were even talking about. And I thought that not only seems unfair, but it's putting us all in danger. I mean, I can't see the corners. I might drive off track. I can't see my competitors. I might hit them whether they're dealing with the blinding sun or not. So what the heck is going on? In iRacing, it configures the graphics for you by default. And it seems that it does it a little differently for each system. We'll usually turn on one checkbox that controls the sun's flare. This is HDR, High Dynamic Range of Color. This turned on will give more realistic looking lighting effects, better looking taillights on cars, and better range of color from bright spots to shadows. But it comes at two different costs. One is frame rates, as it does come at a price, and the other is sunlight that is impossible to see through. To turn this off, we go to the Graphics tab on iRacing Settings, and then click on the Advanced Settings here. On the right-hand column of settings, there's a radio checkbox for HDR. Make sure that box is unchecked. You will need to then restart iRacing to have it take effect. When you come back, you will still see the effects of the sun and be well aware of the day's conditions, but that impossible flare of the sun is now gone. Unfortunately, things look a little less spectacular, but it is now safe to race, and we can race without penalty or danger. Now with that said, the sun, the conditions of the track, that is all part of real life racing. Like I said, in real life, I have had to put my hand up to guard myself from the sun. I've had to use sunglasses at various racing points, but that's in real life. In sim racing, things are different. And when I discovered that half of the room were dealing with sun that they couldn't see through, and the other half didn't have to deal with it at all, not only is it unfair, but it's actually unsafe. For me, this is something that should be in sim racing because it is realistic, but it needs to be locked in, all for one or one for all, or everybody gets it or not at all, if you know what I mean. So I hope this video helps you finish those sunrise or sunset races, and if it did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can find out when our next video comes out, and thank you for watching. This is the Simpit. I'm Shaun Cole, and I'll see you on the track.